now excited.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Running Strong Mind Body Connection. I am your host, Karen Bonet Natraj, and I am more excited that you're here. So excited that you're here today. So, this podcast was born from a deep belief that true strength comes from not pushing harder, it comes from aligning your mind and body in flow and not fighting it. So, each week we dive into what it really means to live and lead from the inside out with powerful tools to help you shift from self sabotage to self love, from anxiety to clarity, and from stress to sustainable success. You'll hear inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical wisdom from runners, coaches, nutritionists, healers, and everyday people, everyday warriors who faced challenges, found resilience, and claimed breakthrough in their own terms. So, whether you're chasing a finish line, recovering from burnout, or simply craving a deeper connection to your mind, body, and purpose, this is your space to grow, laugh, heal, and run strong in every area of your life. So, are you ready to build your mental fitness? Take the first step toward more peace, power, and presence. You can visit my website, themindfulathletecoach.com, and explore your free gift, as well as going to the Mental Fitness Bootcamp. And let's talk about having a saboteur assessment and explore my Mental Fitness Bootcamp as well. Let's rewire your brain for positivity and performance together. So, if this message resonates with you, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and join me on YouTube. You can find Running Strong Mind Body Connection on YouTube, and please subscribe and post your comments and share it with your friends. So, and if you or someone you know has a powerful story of mind body transformation, I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep building this community of strength, connection, and transformation. So, listen, if you're tired of waking up stressed, tired of feeling stuck, and tired of being sick and tired, then I want to invite you to take that next step and book a discovery call with me. You can find me at themindfulathletecoach.com, at Gmail, or themindfulathletecoach@gmail.com. So let's enjoy this episode. And my guest today is the amazing Dr. Grazyna. I think I'm saying your name wrong, so please correct me.
Grazyna.
Grazyna. My accent was in the wrong spot. So, Dr. Grazyna, oh my gosh, so happy to have you on my podcast. And it was such a joy to meet you as well. So, you have some great information to share, but people have no idea who you are, and it'd be great for you to share a little bit about yourself.
First of all, thank you so much, Karen, to inviting me. It is such a pleasure to be here and to share my story with your audience because I think it is quite inspirational.
Mhm.
Everybody I tell that I'm 74 years old and my biological age is only 58 and I have no medications and no limitations and I can do whatever I want to do and move how I want to move. And so that is amazing for me. It was not like this several years ago. And I just want to tell all of your listeners that anybody can do it. It's anybody. The only thing that we need to, not worry, but think about is our biological age. And what I love, to what you just said in the beginning, is that we have to do it not by stress, but they let it go with the flow. It's like going in a river and just go with the flow and not against it.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Do the right things.
Yep.
We have to know the right things. So, just to tell you a few things about me. Well, I was born in Poland, as you can hear. My accent is not US, but I have PhD in electrical engineering, and I was invited to this country to teach at university. And I loved doing it. I was teaching at FAU and at UCLA, so it was fun. But I was a little bit more interested in our human potential because I understood, especially doing research in biomedical field, that our body is amazing. Our body is so powerful and so smart, and we are not using its potential. Most
So I want to insert there. And as runners, I don't know how anybody else thinks or feels, but I so agree with you because I discovered that with myself on my ability to run back-to-back 100 milers, that our body has ultimate potential. It also has the ability to really heal itself. And honoring that and taking care of that is one of our um, gifted jobs in our life.
That's correct. And we have to understand that we are not that body. We are spirit that has a body.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. Exactly.
it is
Exactly.
something we should take care of
Right?
because it's our most precious possession.
Yes.
It's our body. Because imagine, Karen, that your car breaks. Well, you can buy a new car. But what about your body? You can't buy, at least at this moment, a new body, right?
Well, you can buy new body parts, right? We can buy hips and knees and
Uh,
implants and all sorts of stuff. But that's not the point, though. The
no,
point is that our spirit chose these bodies, and it's our gift to be able to live, like you said, to our potential.
exactly. And what I noticed is, electrical engineering is totally different field than what I am doing right now in reversing aging. But it is so at the same time disconnected because everything is logical, everything you have to understand how it works and if it works and what we can do to make it work.
Right.
And that's basically what I started studying and I become fascinated with it because what I notice is that most of the people live longer and longer, but living in health, with healthy body, it's shorter and shorter. So the life in misery is longer and longer, and that's not how we were made, and it's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be you really are we are taught that at certain age, certain things it's normal that certain things are failing, that it's normal that you get cancer, or it's normal that you cannot move, or it's normal that you might get Alzheimer's. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
An exception to the rule. The rule is you are healthy and full operational and enjoying this life to the end of our lives. That's
Exactly.
normal.
So what this resonates with something I was listening today, and just very simple though, disease, and you're talking about disease in our body. That's dis-ease, is not how we're supposed to be. The truth is health.
That's right.
The truth is it's a capital T and it's a capital H. It's truth is health.
Do you
And yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you know the research of Professor or Dr. Sinclair from Harvard Medical School, where he proves that actually we can reverse our age, that actually the everything about our use is stored in our body. We just need to be able to synchronize it back and access it. Actually, he says, which I agree 100% with him, that aging is the disease.
I've heard
Because
that before. Yeah,
think
exactly.
about it, if you reverse your age, you don't get into that statistics, what the doctors tell you that age or at this age you cannot move, or this age you never get there because you become younger and younger every year instead of older and older. What about that?
Right?
Say that's ridiculous, that's impossible. Well, as a matter of fact, it is, and I could prove it for myself, and I could prove it with a lot of people who are working with me, and you can measure it. It's not an anecdote, it's you take a blood test and test it. Okay, so it's not something that somebody is just saying. You just test it and you
Yeah,
just say, this is my biological age, and you can work on making it younger and younger. That would be our goal. What about that?
I know. And so even so as athletes, I know when you have these smartwatches, you have all this other data, and my biological age, I know, is at least 10 years younger than what I am today. And it's the energy. So you tapped into our inner child, in essence. That youthfulness is in our soul. And so many people, as we grow older, we create that chatter, that talk of old, and they create that mindset. Now, I was raised with that mindset. My mother was like, at 40, you're old and you don't do anything anymore. And she sat in a chair and pretty much, she passed due to an illness, but it was her mindset. And we can't when you and so many people too, they reach, well, I'm 50 now. I should stop running because I don't want to be injured later on. What makes you think you're going to be injured later on? I mean, you already set that thought process up. So what if we change our thought process? What if we change our thinking and
Yes,
embrace the fact that the truth is health?
this is absolutely correct. That's why I work with many professionals from a different field. So, for example, I'm working with mind coaches because that's very important. However, they tell me that, okay, but if the body is already degenerated and it suffers, it's pain in there. So it's very difficult to relax, and control your mind, or relax your mind, and the other way around. When you are working on your body, and it's very difficult to if your mind is not correct, it's
Right.
very difficult to correct your body. It has to be together. So that's the reason why I work with fitness coaches, with mind coaches, and I am just taking care, although I understand all the aspects, and that's actually in my book, Biohacking a Way to a Better You, where when I put all those important pillars, which people need to kind of take care of, not forcing it, just be aware of it.
Show
Okay.
you just flashed your book. Show your book because the people who
Oh,
see
my book is
YouTube,
Biohacking a Way to a Better You.
there you go.
Oh, these are about 500 references. It's basic, it's reference book. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's a reference book where they are all different pillars of that our lifestyle. They are listed, and I just discuss how we can correct if something doesn't work. But this is just the basics. After this, it's very difficult to have a mind coach or the fitness coach or somebody who is working with you to optimize your lifestyle if that's what you desire. Because the problem is that once the body started and it's already degenerated, it's very difficult to correct it, to rebuild it by changing the way you eat, or the way you think only, or the way you exercise. Because there's certain things your body, at this very moment, we are not able still to live without food, at least most of us. You still need to get something in our body. And the choice of the right food and supplementation, the right supplementation is critical. It's
Sure.
critical. And a lot of people are doing too much or too little. And optimal is the key to this.
So how do people find out what's the optimal?
Well, the first of all, it's I can interview them and see what's missing, right? For example, if they tell me they have problems with joints, definitely they have degeneration of connective tissue. If they have problems with eyes, gums, anything like that, that's connective tissue. If they have problems with digestion, okay, that's something with microbiome or maybe the intestines or something like this. If they, so it's based on and then I have to check what they eat and what kind of supplementation. So we can start rebuilding connective tissue because you see, a lot of people, it's like this. Let's say you have a house and your beautiful house gets on fire. And so then what we have to do, first of all, we have to put the fire down. So the fire is inflammation. So we have to take care of the inflammation. So we have to see anti-inflammatory food and also maybe some supplements for putting the inflammation down in the body. And most of the people do have it. And then, but at the same time, you have to understand that if you are under total stress, if you are getting into fear mode, if you are getting into that, you disconnect your immune system. So no matter what you take, it's not going to work, right? So so that's the mind-body connection right here.
Exactly.
Then you have to go and start rebuilding your house. So how do you rebuild house? You don't start from, painting it. You have to put bricks and cement. Bricks and cement is connective tissue. So, and there's not many things on the market that can help you to do that. Fortunately, the company in California discovered something that is bioidentical to your body. So your body understands it as its own. You take it from under your tongue, sublingually, directly to your cells, and you start rebuilding connective tissue. So you start rebuilding your synovial fluid. It's like the oil in the car, and you start rebuilding your structure. And then after this, you may see, okay, what about my hormones? What about other stuffs? So we go through those checking points. So this is from the body side. And then when you combine that with suitable exercises, when you combine that with the mindset, you have amazing progress, amazing progress. Your life is transforming.
And that's very true because so I do strongly believe, hence the name of my podcast is the Mind Body Connection, and it is taking in the proper things that keep our body healthy, but that also stems with the belief and the thought process that we incorporate in our brain.
Absolutely.
And
And
so it's
we
believing that I can heal. It's believing in the fact that I can heal, I can be strong, I can do this. And so as I am at this age, I can still run 100 miles, plus I'm planning on a 250, and plus my body keeps wanting to have the ability to keep healing because I believe it so much, as opposed to focusing on, so we could focus on those aches and pains. There was a 100-mile run I just did last weekend, and this one person was focusing on, his feet were blisters and this and that. There's a lot of reasons why people go into blisters, but I don't need to go into that right now. That's not part of our podcast today. But when so he's out there all by himself. And I came upon him because he was getting slower and slower and slower. So, I get faster, faster, faster. So, but we met up at mile, I don't know, 70 or something, 65, 70. And we ended up finishing together because I made him finish and he made me finish, and which was great. But when you shift your brain from focusing on something, he was focusing on how bad his feet hurt. So I'm the change of focus for him, just happenstance. So that's a natural change of focus. And all of a sudden the pain went away. So it's not using the other runner to make your pain go away. It's the ability that your brain can do that all by itself. And you can change your
Absolutely.
focus. You can change what you
Absolutely.
focus on.
Absolutely. And that is the reason why we never leave people alone. When I start working with people, we have a coaching session every month because of that belief. Because you see, we have to help them notice that they are moving into right direction. And that is the reason why our method works because I had a person who had amazing problems with the hand. It was like really through arthritis and so, and it didn't change immediately. But noticing small changes, it gives the belief. You know,
Right, right,
if it's changed a little, and usually people have difficulty to see the small changes.
right.
You
Well,
know,
with that
spontaneous
comment is true.
transformation.
With that comment, though, that's true because we are so conditioned to go take a drug.
Yes,
We are so conditioned that we want immediate satisfaction,
right.
immediate gratification, that we're so used to going to take a drug because now I feel better. Well, my belief is that drug just put a band-aid on it. You're not really addressing
More
the
than
issue.
that. It's more than that. It's
I know I don't want to go so big, so
I
deep
tell
in
you
that.
what, because what it means, let's say if you heard that means your body is telling to you, help me.
Exactly.
And now, when you have, I deal with joints, right? A lot of people come to me because they have problems with joints. So imagine you have the, let's say, knee problem, and you just start taking drugs, so you don't feel that pain. Do you know what happens to that knee? You destroy it completely. That it's very difficult to rebuild it. You know, and yes, I understand that if it hurts, you have to get something, but at least keep the awareness and do the right things as well when you take some painkillers or something. Because I had a friend, which is amazing. She was taking 4 or 5 ibuprofen before every time before she went for a jog, for a run.
Ouch. Wow.
I know. And I told her, listen, you're destroying yourself. No, 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 no. It's just ibuprofen. It's nothing.
That impacts our liver, our organs. It
No,
impacts
I
our
know. But when I
kidneys.
was trying to explain it to her, she wouldn't listen. And she always came, oh, I'm going for a run. So do you have ibuprofen at home? I wouldn't have it, but my husband has it. So there was in a drawer. Always like 4 or 5 of those. And I said, oh my God, what will happen to her in few years?
Hmm.
So we have to be aware and educated. And I always say to people, because I give a lot of lectures and people are interested, how do you reverse your age? And is it possible for me? And I said, yes. And they are a lot of time asking me, what they can do. And I explained that this is possible to everybody. We just have to shift. People in blue zones, they live to over 100, but
Yes.
they are not magic people. They are like us, but they did something correctly from the time they born. And the scientists went there and tested it, and that's what they found out, that they didn't degenerate their connective tissue. But now the big problem is once we degenerated it, you can't rebuild it from food and exercise alone. And this is a big problem. You cannot rebuild your synovial fluid and you don't have a possibility. So then the doctors say, okay, now the joint replacement. The joint replacement is not a solution because The problem is the generation of connective tissue, and joint replacement will not solve this problem. So that very soon another joint will go. Very soon your hair, your skin, your eyes, your gums, and other things, because this is all connective tissue. So you need to focus. And I always say to people, I am giving you some ideas to think about. Never believe anybody, even me. I am giving you some points to study. Challenge me. Don't believe, don't take it anything like blinded.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great perspective to come from.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
I love
once
that.
you understand it,
Mm-hmm.
then we can work together.
Exactly.
Because I could keep you accountable. I can keep you, it's like you want to climb Mount Everest, you can't go it by yourself. Maybe you can, but most people don't, right?
It's probably not. I don't know, some people might though.
Exactly. You don't go too far. Probably you turn around and go back home.
Well, you have the Killian Jornet, or you have Walmsley, or you have these really
I know
elite
this at the
athletes.
beginning when I started my work, and I didn't work with people like now because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, but now I treat them like my students in my class. I said, "Did you get your homework done?" And they have results, because otherwise I believe I'm wasting my time if they don't have results. I am after results, their results.
Yeah, yeah, that would be the scientist in you and
Yeah.
your background with that.
Right. I love when people say, "Oh my God, I feel so much better and now my life is back and everything."
Right.
That is the full pleasure.
Yeah. I'm the same as opposed to if this resonates with people, if it resonates with you, be curious in life. Step into it. Be curious about you and yourself, your health, but be curious to reach out to me or even Dr. Grazian, and we'll put your email and your book on the notes section and how people can get in contact with you. But
Uh,
if anything, be curious of your own health and your potential.
And book a discovery call also with me if you want to, because that doesn't cost anything,
Right.
and you might find out maybe there is something I can help you with. Maybe Karen, maybe if we have both of us, we can help you. And
Right.
from the show, if you need any supplements, you will get 15% off. So just contact us and see how we can help you to transform your life.
Right. And I back that up with yes, get on a discovery call with you or with me and those are free. Let's open the line of communication and let's keep ourselves young and
It's worth it.
ageless.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's really worth it. No, it doesn't. Suffering is optional, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but you can do a lot about
Yeah.
thinking.
Well, you're right. Suffering is optional. And we do have the ability to choose. And so be curious for yourselves. Get in contact with us and please, be curious. So, Dr.
Yeah,
Grace, thank you so much. This has just been amazing conversation with you.
that is my pleasure, and I hope, guys, that will be to continue so that you believe that you can become younger each year instead of older. What about that?